Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, thank you for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome as always. Look, disclaimer, everything I say on this video are not facts. They're heavy on allegedly. Heavy on allegedly in capital letters. Please don't take them as facts or word to Bible and start saying that this is what happened or this is this. So now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the video. Now, again, I did do a video yesterday whereby I told you guys I felt like Becky was trying to say something without saying something. And then also, I did tell you guys, I didn't even tell you, I showed you and I read for you the message about a Becky fan who put out this long statement concerning Becky's termination letter. Now we do know that she or he, I don't know how that person identifies. We do know that the page said that they were asking about the Becky fan club because they did say that the Becky fan club Twitter account was owned by Idol Factory, and they were asking, is this account going to be taken by Idol Factory or it will remain under Becky's care? Now we did see, or I did see the account, the Becky fan club account post about Becky Entertainment and even rebranded, which probably means they gave her the account because that account had amassed over 192k followers. Now, the person also said about settling affairs and so on and so forth, that Becky had been fully compensated. And then hours later, rumors started spreading that Becky or friend Becky owed Idol Factory money. And I was like, okay, like how much is that? Because then again, a few months ago, is it months ago or earlier on this year, like we had statements, financial statements from all these big agencies, from Idol Factory to Beyond Cloud to JMMTV, and Idol Factory was running on the red. Now, a lot of people claim that they put way so much money into The Sign, which is Billy Babe's series, and they thought that it will do so much better and people will actually appreciate that body of work, which then again I will say it was amazing. And they even trickled in Friend there. I guess they wanted to like pull in the market from the GL world and like at least bring up the views, and it didn't work because it wasn't as massive as they expected. And I guess probably maybe they didn't make their money's worth. Again, allegedly. No hate here. Now, that's why they were running in red. I will put the whole financials here if I do come across them. But I think I did a video about it a while back. I'm not sure. Now, look. So it was about that. So I was like, okay, which payment haven't they made to the girls? And then other rumors started saying that they haven't paid a year's worth salary. So a year's worth salary, and the girls have been doing all this traveling, they've been doing all these fan meets, they've been doing all this like pop-up, and I'm like, and this all these paid ads, and I'm like, where's Idol Factory taking the money? Because then again, we know you don't have people, you haven't employed people, so your money ain't doing shit, because most of the times it seems like one person is running every single thing, and it doesn't look like you have like a huge load of employees. I don't know, probably someone who has visited the Idol Factory offices can tell us how many employees they have seen there. So yeah, I was shocked because the amount of work that these people, and it's just, and we are talking about just Freen and Becky. They have numerous people in their roster. Those people work too. They produce TV shows, they do paid ads, they do so and so forth. So if they haven't paid Freen and Becky a year's worth salary, what about the rests? Because I'm sure the first people you are supposed to pay first are your biggest investment, because you know that money is going to triple, or there will be a return to that money. So if you're not paying them, not keeping them motivated, how are they supposed to get you money? Like good money. Now, I was like, okay, a year's worth of salary. That is probably maybe, because we're in October 2025, that is from October 2024. And I'm like, probably because us outside here, after the whole Friends Saying scandal, like people went through storms like for a few months, and then they were back, and then we said, okay, they're back now, like they're doing all these things, so it means that they're being paid so well. And then I came and thought, maybe things never went back to the way they were. Maybe as insurance, these people or their partners or their clients had to reduce Friends and Becky's booking fee as a team, because they realized that they were a liability and they were not sure if people were going to like show up or buy their products like they used to before the Friends Thing scandal. My thinking, again, no hate. That's my thinking. I'm not saying that's what exactly happened, but again, I've told you guys I work in sales and marketing. So, this is my jam. I'm thinking that's why Idol Factory was running in red, because as much as Freen and Becky were this huge deal, that Friends Saying scandal like destroyed them completely. We might just have seen them everywhere, but in reality, I feel like whatever rate they were giving before Friend Sang was not being accepted anymore by these clients, and they had to cut down on like their prices, their rate cut. And I feel like that's why we saw Becky like being taken a lot with these huge projects. And then with Friend, we saw her doing like medium kind of gigs a lot of the time. And I feel that might not necessarily be the case. Now, I wanted to know, like, does anyone have information like the exact amount of money that is owed to them? And then I came across this comment. Guys, come close. I came across this comment of someone saying that allegedly someone that they know that works or is in close proximity with Idol Factory said that they owe Freen 8 million and they owe Becky 15 million baht. And then I realized, now I understand why Becky was so pissed off, because that Becky account said that make sure that you have paid Becky in full. So I'm guessing like Becky probably thought, or they thought, that Idol Factory was going to release the statement after they had paid them their 15 million baht for Becky and 8 million baht for Freen. And the Idol Factory was like, nah, let's just do it now, and released that statement. And that's why Freen was over it, released hers, and then Becky released hers later. Now, Chen yesterday had an interview whereby they said they had talked about this and they decided that Freen should release, or Freen would release her statement first, and then Becky will release her statement later, and they still work for one another. And I'm like, if someone owes me money, I'm not working with them for shit. I ain't working with them for shit. Excuse me. And that's why Becky quickly unfollowed them because they were like, you can't be disrespectful. And that's why she posted that story of Free. She put the song Traitor. Like, probably they decided maybe you are going to like say, talk about the termination of the contract after maybe they had promoted her but refinement and so on and so forth. Like, the tea is piping. Now, again, all this information is allegedly. It hasn't been confirmed by Becky. It hasn't been confirmed by Idol Factory because the Thai media is full of shit and they can't ask any questions to save their life or to actually have a career other than us, whatever. So, yeah. And look, I don't know, but if someone has my 15 million baht, I unfollow them, and maybe we agreed upon a certain date for you to pay me back and you haven't paid me. Because now I'm thinking, what about that? What about when he said that he had a meeting yesterday in the morning with Freen and Becky? What if it was not just about Four Elements and the future of that project, but also about their payment? Because then again, if they do the whole or finish, because I hear that they have filmed some parts of Four Elements, now they have to film the rest. So if they're no longer like in the same contract, they have to come to new terms of payment, probably. I don't know. And then another thing, the street is saying that cranium is no longer on the wax. Now, I don't know about that, but Chen was very clear in his interview whereby he said that Four Elements is such a huge work because they're dealing with, I think, 4 CPs, if I'm not wrong. And it's such a huge body of work and it will take so much time. So they are focusing right now on that, and then after they finish, then they can talk to the girls and see if they have some time in their schedule so that they can film cranium. So what if the girl said, oops, sorry, I'm busy next week? Oops, sorry, I have to fly to Paris next. Oops, sorry, I have to go to Brazil. What exactly will they do? And if someone also has my 15 million baht or my 8 million baht and they refuse to pay me on the agreed upon time, it's only fair if I sue them. So is like Idol Factory, will Becky or Freen sue Idol Factory? Freen, not so sure because she's calm through this whole situation. Very calm. Again, she still hasn't posted the Nestle ad, but she has posted a new picture. So what does that mean? Is she done promoting anything Idol Factory? She might show up, but she's definitely going to like promote the ad, because I don't think that a friend Becky ad will only be promoted by Becky and not Freen. It could have just been a Becky ad, but they're both there. So the fact that she hasn't promoted it until now, or is she going to promote it next week and Becky is promoting it this week? Strange but weird, but okay. And will she not have any liabilities with Nestle ad? Because if they paid the money both to promote it and she hasn't promoted it, Nestle can sue her. But she can say, sorry, I didn't receive money from that ad, so I'm basically not involved. And you signed that contract with Idol Factory, so let Idol Factory pay me first and then I'll post it. Is it that? Look, a lot is going on. I'm still trying to find a lot information and trying to find like exact information or rumors that are going around. And then another rumor is that people are saying that Idol Factory owns the patent to the Friend Becky word. So now that Friend and Becky are no longer a ship, they're not allowed to use Friend Becky. And I'm like, why will they use Friend Becky? Like, I have never seen Friend post a picture of herself and put down hashtag Friend Becky. I've never seen Becky like put a picture of herself and said hashtag Friend Becky. The like, it doesn't make sense. If they're no longer a sheep, why the hell will they use the term Friend Becky? They were rarely using it before. We fans use it way more than they use it. So that it might be true, but I'm calling it cap because I don't feel like whether it's true or false like changes anything or changes how Friend and Becky will use the term Friend Becky, because then again it's not important in this situation. So yeah, so as I continue to dig, you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that Idol Factory actually does owe Friend and Becky money? And do you feel like Becky or Friend or both Friend and Becky will sue Idol Factory for their money? And do you think that Idol Factory over projected their stock and felt like they were this huge thing? Because they are so blind and so deaf, and they didn't realize that the Friend saying momentum changed everything. They didn't come to a realization to that, and they felt like they were still going to ride this wave and they're still going to be the top dog, when reality it wasn't. Things underground were changing, not only the fans but the clients and even the actors themselves. They had some reservations because there were some things that they were doing before that they could no longer do anymore. So let me know in the comment section. Bye.